Hello everyone. Today we are going to practice some texture drawing. Before we get started, use your sketchbook, make some guidelines. We'll do 8 different textures. So you can follow this guideline to make 8 same areas for you to start. Make sure the top area and the bottom area are the same size and that the top and the bottom each have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each have 4 similar size area. And we'll leave some space between to write the name of your texture from the center and also the bottom. Make sure there's a space. We'll do 8 different textures. Let's write the name for each one. We'll do the wood texture, bricks, and marble, rock for the top 4. And the bottom we'll do grass, tree bark, mosaic, and roof tiles. Now we got our perfect guideline for 8 areas of our textures. We'll start from the first one, wood. You can use a ruler to make 2 vertical lines. Then we slowly to draw some texture, wooden pattern on the surface. Those are very organic lines. You can try to shaking your hand when you draw these lines. Shaking your hand make those organic form. You can try it, repeating it to try it again and again to see how those wavy line, your line will have some vibration. Well, now you finished the wood part, let's move on to the next texture. You start with your ruler, make same distance. Use your eye to measure it. Just do several horizontal lines, each area the same size. Then we start to separate it to several different bricks randomly. Once we're done, change your pencil to a darker 4B or 6B pencil to go through each brick with line. And your line can be organic line, make some wavy. Let's go through each of the bricks with some wavy lines. Once we emphasize all the lines with each of the bricks, let's add some texture on the surface. Some are dark, some are light. Changing your line weight, make some short lines. The line can be organic lines, can be some heavy dots. Just combine light and dark, several layers on the surface. If you feel your pattern not have enough contrast, you can use a soft pencil 6B to emphasize more about the outline of each brick. Once you finish the brick, let's go to the next one, marble. Marble, when you start, you could use a 2H or HB pencil to do some light shaking, wavy, organic lines. Then change a darker pencil like 4B, 6B soft pencil to go through the other layer with heavyweight lines. You shaking your hand make those uh, organic natural lines. At meantime, try to add some shading area, light hatching lines, aside of your organic lines to create those marble fading patterns. Your pattern should have several layers, have light texture, a little darker line texture, some hatching lines. Let's emphasize more, give more details of some area with those organic lines. For rock, let's draw a few rocks inside this area. One big, some middle size, and a few small size rock. Feel free to do it. Those rocks are inside the water. That's why it's a round formed rock. Once you've done it, adding water surrounding, just use some random lines. The line direction should surrounding the rock as water flow. Once you're done making those random water flow, use a 6B pencil to emphasize the outline of each rock. Then now we start to adding texture on the surface of each rock. It can be some short lines with different weight and some hatching line to the side to bring the foam. Make sure where is the light coming from, where is the shadow. Your shading area should be all the same with each of your rock. Now you get clear direction, the lighting direction and the shading direction. Shading surface should be all at the same side and the surface you can randomly make some small dents. Let's move on to the next line, the bottom line. This one is about the grass. Grass, let's make a ground line. Then we emphasize each of the grass. Try to use 6B pencil and 2B and HB to do several layers. And when you draw those graphs, make grouping. Grouping it, some area are busy with several layers. Some area are high, some area are short. Taking some balance of it. For the tree bark, let's make a tree trunk first with organic lines. Make your line wavy. This side is bark. And we start from center. Change your line weight. The second layer of that, make some broke line between and change the line weight. It's pretty similar as the first one we did with the wood texture, but it's a little bigger scale, and so you can add in more texture and details between. Between those organic line texture, let's add in some small brick lines, some organic wavy lines, and some short dots, even hatching lines to make the surface of this tree bark. Imaging of the tree bark, there's a lot of texture there. You can try to use HB, 4B, and 6B pencil to make several layers with different line weight to create those parts. Spend little time for it. Make all the details. For mosaic pattern, we'll start with ruler, make horizontal and vertical lines. Make sure each line has same distance with each other. Once you're done, you can see there's all the square, and we'll fill out inside each of the square as the mosaic with different texture. First, let's emphasize picking few mosaic with those dark hatching line. Just fill in mosaic with hatching line, very dark. You can pick some and try to balance it. The second texture will making some stripes and horizontal lines like cross hatching line. This will be lighter than the first texture and making balance on your whole space. Choose a few of the mosaic for this texture. Then we can do even more lighter diagonal lines. Again, balance it. Choose some nice composition. the last texture, we add some scribble, and then we'll leave some with just a white space. Last one, roof tiles. You can do 3 or 4 row of the tiles with ruler. That's making some guideline. Then separate each one. It's curved and have a little side view of it. Make sure each one is same length. Once we done the guideline, let's emphasize each of them. It's kind of like the one you did before, like bricks. Emphasize each one with outline. It can be a little strict than the bricks, and focusing on each one. Make sure there's a curved shape. Make it round shape. Once we done all the tiles, let's do shading. Because it's round, the top part will be lighter and both sides we adding value a little darker. Try to use hatching line to adding value to both sides. And also those side view of the tile we make some texture. We just do one by one each of them with hatching and close hatching line to adding value, bring the form round. It takes a little time to finish all the tiles. You need to be patient and practice one by one. Bring each of the tile have a round form. The more higher place, more lighter. The lower place is darker. Adding value to the side bring the top part higher. You also could add some texture on the surface. We spend a little more time for this one. We use hatching line and cross hatching line to bring each of the tiles form out. And now you can see the tile is round, the top part is higher. Now we finished 8 different textures in one page. Thank you for watching.